Good morning, everybody. I am just setting up a fish cam here, and then I will sit down. We can get started. How are you guys doing? I think I've taken too many legs out on this thing. I think this is too tall. Yeah, it's too tall. Oh, no. Huh? Close enough. There's a fish in there. Whoa, 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 that's my chair. Okay, thank God that's my sweater. I was afraid I just sat on a cat. Oh gosh, morning everybody. How you guys doing? Time is it? It's 9:05 a.m. Despite how it looks, I have been awake for a few hours. I just haven't been awake for quite long enough to get all of my ducks, wherever my ducks need to be. Oh man, so we're gonna start on this character and do, our normal mat runs, and then whenever we get done, if I have time for a few more, then I can just hop over to my other priest and do some more of them. So, okay, so the wall-shaped camera up here, that is a potential cat cam, so that's the good news. I can't well, it's good news depending on how much you like the cat cam. If the cat decides to come in, I can now do simultaneous fish cam and cat cam. I don't have to pick and choose. I have cameras for days around here now, but there's no cat in here. Oh, hey cat. If you climb in your bed, I will get right back up and I will fight with another tripod. I'll do it. But until then, we don't need that one. What's floating at the top of the tank? It's floating at the top of the tank. Let me readjust so I can see. So there's, is it by the filter? There's an almond leaf in there. I put an Indian almond leaf in there. Oh, yeah, it's kind of towards the back. It's supposed to help condition the water to help his fins heal and just kind of reduce stress in the fish. You're typically supposed to put more of them in there, and then they release tannins into the water, kind of like making tea, and then turn the water brown colored, but I didn't want to do that because if I'm gonna have fish cam, I don't want to have to explain why my fish is in what looks like dirty water when it actually wouldn't be. Hi cat, you want up? Oh no, you don't. What do you want? She's looking at me. Okay, alright, so that seems like a good size. Let's start with normal spot. We're gonna head to Stormwind. I'm just gonna hurt there. I always run to the wrong portal and then I run to the right portal, and it's just, I have a Hearthstone that's set to Stormwind. Let's just use that. I am 100% not drinking mint tea right now. That is a bald-faced lie. Let me figure that out. This is I'm just gonna call it black. This is the High Mountain. I guess we'll call it High Mountain tea. It's a red. I don't know. It's from China. It's all right. It's one of the fancier teas that I bought. Every now and then I'll buy a fancy tea, and I don't usually get samples first. Usually I just go based on reviews and what everybody else is buying. And every now and then I'll get one, and I'm just I don't know how to drink this. It doesn't taste good. And whenever that happens, the solution usually is to brew it really strong with a lot of tea for 5 minutes, and then add some milk and sugar. And then it's really hard for tea to be bad once you've done that. If you cut an almond in two, do you have a half mint? If you cut an almond in two, do you have a... Maybe. Today's the day for ashes. Hi there, I'm a huge fan. So, Melissa, I need to scooch my camera. Okay, so what I'm doing here with my monitors, I want to show you guys. I don't know if I'm going to break my camera if I try and do it. Alias, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. In addition to your Patreon sponsorship last couple of days. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you enjoy the stream and the emotes. Man, I'm so interested that there it is. So I got the alert back. I made it big, and I actually made it bigger. Originally, when I had conceptualized these alerts, they were full screen, and I just hadn't figured out how to do that. And in the process of resizing them, I learned how to make them full screen. So when the nuts come on, the nuts should be bouncing around the whole screen as well, if they do decide to come out. I don't know how to make this go over its overlay. I'm having a day. Fish can't eat. There's a tripod. I thought there was a dedicated cameraman for the fish cam. Oh, man. When my fish has staff, that's how I'm going to know that I made it. Shorty's Gaming Hub, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I appreciate having you here. And I hope you enjoy the stream. So we're heading to Throne of the Four Winds. You had some green tea with ginger in it. It was good. That's good stuff. That's usually, like that's my go-to if I'm sick or just not feeling well. Leg? Oh, no. I'm glad you're streaming. I meant to ask you for something and wonder if it's okay when you marry me. Not today. Not today. I'm still married. Have you ever been in Sweden, my home country? I have never been to Sweden. I have never been outside of North America. I'm in America now, and I'm from Canada. And for the most part, I've actually stayed in the West Coast. I went to Florida once as a teenager. I went to Toronto once as an adult. And aside from that, I'm pretty much just been in kind of like the Pacific Northwest. You should put a green screen behind your fish tank. I kind of want to put some... Oh, that's actually a good idea, because then I could make him look like he's in the ocean. It might be hard to light effectively. But yeah, I've been wanting to get some kind of a background for him just to see if it at all helps his reflections. I think he's actually been a little bit less stressed. You'll notice he's a little bit less neurotic today. I think the leaf has helped, and I think he's also just sort of settling in. He seems to like his new decor way better than the treehouse. He now sleeps in both of his two little hut things, and well, he swims around more of the tank during the day, so I'm feeling a little bit better about him. His fins are healing. There are still some marks that look like they're fresh. I think he's just chewing on his tail. I've never seen him do it. I don't know. Did you go to college? I went to university for a year. I did not finish. I graduated high school. I did about 8 months of university, and then I dropped out. You're always welcome here. My first time on your stream, like it a lot. Well, welcome to the stream. Go to the same raids as you. I love it when you guys do the Met runs with me. I think that's super cute. And it doesn't actually, but I feel like there's a cosmic Mount Run drop luck thing that goes on when that happens. Are you sure you don't want to do the disc challenge? It's so easy. You did it at 9:25 while putting spells on my bar. The staff is really pretty. Oh, I gotta look at the staff. If the staff is that, I'm not gonna be able to mog it as a Shadow Priest though, am I? Or am I not? I feel like that's something that I've been told the answer to and then I've later forgotten. What am I doing here? Dungeon raid 20 heroic. Yeah, good. Why isn't there a skull on this? Isn't it? It's heroic. Heroic. There you go. I could have sworn that was heroic before. Today's tea is about the frame. I know. I was originally trying to fix that and then I kind of gave up. It's gonna be so little. I need to drink more is what I need to do. Finally get to watch you live again. Welcome back, Brianna. Big Fire sub. You got your last emissary chest mount tonight. Oh man, I'm so jealous. 59 boxes from the Nightfall, and you can stop farming rep from the Broken Elves factions now. How many, was that your worst one, the 59 boxes? That's a lot of boxes. I made it to 30 something with Valahar, which is my last one, and then and then Void Elves came out, so I started playing this character instead. So I don't know. Oh, I'm only missing one, but I have a really hard time making. I think once I get my Zabra here, I've been using Zabra as my ally. He's not necessarily the best one. I just missed him. Once I get him kit out with the good gold things, once I can actually get my hands on some of them, then I'll feel more inspired to go do miscellaneous world quests for that kind of rep. Ella Darkfire, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you enjoy this stream, and I appreciate having you here. Happy you're able to catch the stream. First time in the stream. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to everybody new. If you are fairly recent to my channel, hi, I'm Hazel. That's my fish. His name is Fleta. It's F-L-E-T-A. He's named after a very good Overwatch player in the Overwatch League on my favorite team. And there's a cat in here somewhere. There's a dog, and I mostly just play WoW. Ooh. I say mostly just play WoW. I only ever play WoW. Also, I'm missing a boss, right? Yeah, there we go. I knew there was one more. The Hippogriff was 75. Ugh. Man. It's a lot of dailies. Was that on one character or across multiple characters? New here, adore your streams, cute hair. Oh, thank you. My roots are sort of almost kind of starting to come back in. I'm really actually antsy to do it again because it's just a little pink right now. It's fine. I like it, but I want to bring it a little more back to purple. What have I done wrong here? Oh, I think I let them heal. I think I'm talking too much. I need to ignore you guys for like 5 seconds. Hang on. Excuse me. Is that not supposed to flumph me? I thought I was supposed to flumph. This is the wrong flumphing. Oh man, alright, well let's try going the other way because that was broken. Love your battle pet videos, saved me so much time. Glad I caught your live stream. Hello there everybody. Is WoW dying? I doubt it. Soul Dynasty? Those are my boys. You're not sure if you'll be able to mog the Disc Staff of Shadow. Be a bummer to miss out though, just in case. Yeah. But I'm never gonna be a Disc Priest. That would be like a betrayal of my core values of only being a Shadow Priest. A Shadow Priest that plays holy when I have to. You funnel rep tokens from all of your alts to your main who is a human. I see. Wait, you funnel rep tokens. Wow, I have very slow haste. How do you get, so if you're like, where are you getting the BOA rep tokens from? Is that from, like, the ones that you get from your class order hall after you're exalted? Are those BOA? Because I need to do that. I think I'm a little bit confused. Have you tried playing or tried Star Wars The Old Republic? I tried it when it was new. Hi, Kat. You wanna? I played it when it was new. I thought the questing was great, but I've never really been a Star Wars or even a sci-fi person. It's never, ever really done anything for me. And I've also never really felt a need for a game that wasn't WoW. You know, I feel like a lot of people that get into other MMOs do so because, you know, they like WoW, but there's something about WoW that they're not happy with. So they look for another, they look for another game that scratches that itch for them without being WoW. And I've never had that problem. I've never really wanted to not play WoW. You're so jealous of her Murloc mug. These things are great. They're a little expensive, like $18 on Blizzard Gear. But they hold so much tea. Kat, are you coming up or no? You're not. She just she was tapping on my leg like she wanted to come up, and then I look at her and she just books it in the other direction. All right, well, fine. I've got a camera for you later if you want it. You can be a superstar. Okay, so I can finally kill the boss that drops him out now. That may be a record for the longest it's ever taken me to get council down on stream. Any tips on leveling an allied race? Yeah, I made a whole video about that one, but basically, gist of it is I preferred questing over dungeons. Dungeons seems better now after the changes, but mostly, I mostly prefer questing. And then when you're questing 1 through 60, quest in areas that are low level, or 20 through 60. Quest in areas that are as close to the level 20 as you can. So hit up the level like 20 to 30 areas in all of the races for your faction. So as an alliance, I was doing like the Duskwood and Northern Stranglethorn and Westfall, and then I also went to the Dwarf area and I did like Menethil and Wetlands, that kind of thing. And then I also went to the Night Elf area and I did Darkshore and a little bit of Ashenvale, and that actually did me. You'll find you have less travel time in those zones because they're designed for lower level characters. And then 60 to 80, 60 to 80? When do you get to start Cataclysm stuff? 60 to 80 was absolutely awful, and I mostly got through that by doing Archaeology. Oh, you rep tokens from Order Hall Quest and all of my alts are exalted. Okay, alright. I should look into that on my other priest then. Because, I don't know. I should probably, like, if I was really committed to it, I would just do all of the Valorhar dailies on both of my priests. Especially because my other priest is kit out to get, my other priest is absolutely set up to get gold from World Quest. I got 150 gold per, and it's nice. Where am I going? I'm going to Northrend, so I need to hearth to a dollar on here. It's a small tea bucket shaped like a Murloc. It's not that big. I've had bigger mugs. I've had at least one mug in my life that is basically a small bucket. Hello, have I missed anything? Nah, I'm dragging my feet a little bit getting started here. We have killed one boss that could drop me a mountain. He's been a big disappointment so far. All the tokens become BOA. Oh, well, in that case, hang on. Hold our butts. I am logging over to my character. And I mean, the tokens might still benefit that character, but like this lady is exalted in all of them. This was my main. And I think I've just been running missions on her that give me gold and that give me pet charms. I haven't been doing anything but gold and pet charms, but I'll throw the rep ones out. It's not like they're even that much order resources, actually. All but one egg mount. The fox one is a lost cause for me. Oh, same. Not that I can't complain about not having the fox mount when I haven't been trying my hardest. But oh my gosh, I still don't have it. I need to make a list of things that I need to do before the end of Legion, and then actually put in some effort. Otherwise, it's never gonna happen. So I only care about Valahar. I've got everything else. So this was a waste of a log over because I don't need any of this stuff. Okay. Well, never mind then. But next time I see Valahar tokens, I'll have to make sure to do them. You're getting exhausted from mount runs. 9 to 10 characters into old raids takes a bit. Oh yeah. I mean, do whatever you want. You're definitely going to have a better chance to get more mounts when you do that, but I would tone that down if that was me, you know. Whatever you won't burn out on, pretty much. What do you think of the warrior mount? It's the first evolution of all of the dragons. The warrior class mount, I think is pretty neat. I like that one. We share the weekly pain. Is the fish doing better? I think so. I think so. He's his fins are mostly growing back. I think he might, like, his personality is just so hyper aggressive that he's either gonna get used to his home and chill out, or he won't. And I don't know what else I can really do. I guess I could try him in a different tank, but it's got, like, the filter's not blowing him around. He's got enough room. He's got lots of places to hide. His temperature is stable, and it's I don't know what else to do with him. Some people want me to put other fish in his tank, which I'm not really excited about because some betas can do very well with tank mates. But I don't think my beta would. He is the most aggressive, angry, neurotic, insane fish that I've ever met, and I think he would instantly murder. Like, if I throw a snail in there, that's a dead snail. That's just snail cruelty. That's like snail fighting. It's not nice. Where am I going? I'm going to Northrend to try and get a black war mammoth out of the vault of Arcfun. That's where we're going. After I quickly vendor stuff. I love auto vendor. I hope they always make auto vendor forever and ever and ever. It's just my favorite. Can I ask something about Shadowpriest? Sure, yeah. Missing Nightfall and Ferondis. Have you tried using the Legion app for your phone? You can get the missions done without logging on. It's so slow, and I have what is this thing? An iPhone 8? And the app is just, it takes so long to load, and I would rather just log on and do them on my desk with Garrison Mission Manager. It's actually faster for me to turn on my computer. And it's not like I'm ever away from home. When does Horde get to play Zogres? Not anytime soon. As far as I know, that's not planned. Opinion on the marksmanship Mage Tower bow appearance. That's one of my favorite, actually. That's one of my favorite challenge appearances. The bow in general, the marksman artifact is gorgeous. I just never really liked the design of Marks in Legion. As soon as they kind of put Marks in the direction of having Lone Wolf, and I know this is a very divisive topic because some people are really about the Lone Wolf, but I always really liked Marks as just like a bow and one pet, and shooting things with your bow while having your one pet. And anything that makes me feel bad about taking that path is not my thing. Is it males or females that fight? Mostly the males. Females can be kept together in a sorority. It's not something that's recommended for beginners, and I am a beginner. The males are definitely more aggressive. And then the other thing is, even if your fish doesn't kill the other fish that you put in the tank with it, a lot of smaller fish like to nip the fins of bettas because they're like flowy and like a lot of other fish will chew on them, which is also not good. So you gotta be real careful with what else you put in there. Tips for primal sargarate farming. Is there anything else? I mean, I guess primal sargarate farming. Don't you just do world quests and then missions? Are there other sources of primal sargarate? I guess you can kill at rares and hope that they drop from there. My question is, why do you want primal sargarate? It doesn't seem to be very valuable. How do you get the hippogriff? Which hippogriff? Was I just riding one? I have, and combined with the stream delay, this is going to drive all of us nuts, I'm sure, because I'm using a random favorite mountain button. Oh, this is actually, can I go in and fight, or do I have to wait? Like, this is happening right now. This is 100% happening. Tim, thanks very much for the super chat. Always doing great. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate that. I hope you've been doing good, dude. Do you main Void Elf now? I think so. That is my plan. That is my dream. Is it bad that I've given up on getting any more mounts from Legion? No, everybody needs a break. You know, if you have everything that you want, you don't have to get everything. Do you know what plans are for Demon Hunters and BFA? They don't really fit thematically in the Alliance versus Horde setting. Well, they're still gonna be there. They'll fit in. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with Death Knights after the end of Wrath of the Lich King. They were like, well, we don't have anything better to do. Let's go do whatever's going on now. Go live in Argus, all the Sargerite. Shoulder enchant. Oh, true, there is a shoulder enchant. That's right. Gathering professions can get primal Sargerite. It's going to go for the Underlight Angler. Not sure if it's entirely worth it at this point. Thoughts. Absolutely 100% worth it. They have said that the Angler is going to be usable with all of its benefits in Battle for Azeroth. And even if you never fish, the Angler gives you a big swim speed increase that is faster than any of the aquatic mounts. And water walking and underwater breathing. Like, it turns you into a shark that is 100% better than any underwater mount. So, yes, you should get it. I've started to work on it on my Void Elf here. I couldn't get, I was being cheap. This is very silly. I have almost 1 million gold in my bank vault because I finally started to replenish my gold stocks, and I'm too cheap to buy lures. I'm too cheap to buy lures, and I'm too cheap to buy bait is what I specifically meant to say. And I'm just like sitting there fishing, trying to get the enchanted lure in Suramar. I just won't. I think that the drop rate must be higher when you have a higher level fishing, because I never remember it taking that long. Sharon Turner, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Mount that was the hardest to get for me? The hardest to get? It's going to be hard to pick out. I'm sure there were some. But most mounts I don't get super fanatical about. I've had some pet grinds that really took it out of me. But most mounts, they either happen or they don't happen. And if they happen, I mean, that's cool. Oh, you know what was the hardest to get? It was my Spectral Tiger. I was thinking it was expensive. And it was expensive, and then I had to find one up, and then I had to, like, work up the nerve to talk to the seller and negotiate, and, like, saving up the gold for my Swift Spectral Tiger, I think, was probably the toughest mount. I think I was most excited about getting that one. That guy. That's like when I first started playing WoW, I think I saw one of those, and the answer that I got from my friends was, "Don't worry about that, you're never gonna get one." And you know, I'm a spiteful creature. Who is hotter? The Barthos or Manduin? I mean, this is a weird question. And I'm gonna give you a weirdly detailed answer. So, disclaimer, I'm happily married. These are fictional characters. But if we're talking about, like, you know, theoretically, male Draenei, 100% better than humans. You know, they're thick, and the accent really does something for me. So if it's like a Tinder date, you want to Partos for that. And also, he would be just a blast in a Tinder date. But if you're settling down and you're setting yourself up a kingdom, then you got to go with a Manduin. You know, Manduin is your long-term choice, and Tepartos is your date. Lucid Nightmare. Yeah, the Lucid Nightmare was tough, but it was mostly the worst part about getting the Lucid Nightmare was talking myself into doing it, because the whole world had me super psyched out about the maze. I had heard so many people complaining so fervently and vigorously about how awful this maze was. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I did it. It wasn't that bad. He spent 850 on mine when they first came out. Oh wow. Yeah, I only have one of them. I don't have both Spectrals. I only have one of them. But I saved up the gold for it in Warlords, and then I got it with gold. Mim's head was a chore. You've done almost the whole angler achievement with no lures or bait, and I started at like 0 skill. I've been making me get interested in WoW. Super overwhelming for me to jump into the game now. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a little bit overwhelming, but how overwhelming it is kind of up to you. And also up to the people that you're spending time with and what they're pressuring you into doing. Like, WoW is one of those games where there's so much to do that nobody is really reasonably expected to do everything. So you kind of just got to pick the things that you want to do, go at your own pace, and do things that seem fun and engaging to you. You know, set your own goals, and set them gently at first. How many mounts do you have in total? I got 378. Mind you, that is counting mounts available from both factions, so I cannot ride a total of those. The number that counts for achievements is less than that, but it's still over 300. Bear Tartar? Oh, true. Yeah, I have some of that. Good point. Thick boys. I love your braid. It's so cute. Aw, thank you. I braid my hair at night so that I can, like, shove it under my pillow so it doesn't get wrapped around my neck while I sleep. Tentacles are a bonus, I guess. I got the mammoth. Grats! How do I make a clear iced tea with Earl Grey? It always goes very cloudy. I don't have good advice for you because I've never done that. I have never done that. I have to go. Have a nice day. See you later, Robin. Nightmare Mount. You hated the maze part. It caused you to start drinking. Oh, no. Do you have the Time Lost Protodrake? It's my favorite mount. I really want it. No. I don't have the Time Lost Protodrake, and it's one of those things that I've kind of resigned myself to never getting because I'm aware of the time investment required on average to get it, and I'm just not ready to pay that price. I'm not ready. Also, speaking of things not happening, where is my mammoth? Where is my mammoth? It's been over a month now. I require my mammoth. I am owed a mammoth. I will accept a mammoth in the mail. Panders, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Welcome to the Swirl Squad. I hope that you enjoy this stream. Appreciate having you here. And I also hope you enjoy the emotes. We got new emotes, guys. We got Hazel Want. We got Hazel 10, if you want to express something that's 10 out of 10. We got Hazel Fish, if, I don't know, you're excited about the fish. And I have actually ordered another set of 3. So Hazel Eep is going to be redone in the style of Hazel Want. And then there are 2 more that I have planned and ordered for somebody else to draw because I've realized that I don't have enough time to do everything myself. 2 more that I will show you guys when they are done. Wish you could make your Blizzard Bear fly because it's my favorite mount. Oh, man. That would be a neat item if you could, like, if you had, like, a fairy dust that you could sprinkle on any mount to make it fly for a limited time. Fernando, thanks for the super chat. All of my friends went over to a Horde server, now I have to make another priest. Your opinion on Nightborn, thanks for all the content. Nightborn priest is my favorite priest race on Horde. It's tough because, troll priest, you got, like, the troll shadow priest thing, they're, like, very voodoo, and that's cool. And then undead shadow priest is just a classic. But Nightborn, I think, is the best looking shadow priest race on Horde. I like them a lot. If I was gonna be Horde, I would probably be Nightborn. New emotes? How much percentage shadow priest need to have? You mean like haste? You're looking for a total of, actually, how do I have that much haste? I'm only never. You're looking for about this much haste. You want about 12,500 for roughly, I guess it's 33% haste. Because when you're in void form and your stacks start getting up there, you want about 120, 125% haste to start getting an extra GCD in your rotation. But at this point in Legion, I mean, if you're still raiding, then go for it. Get as much haste as you can up until that point and then start worrying about other stats. But if you're not raiding, you know, you're gonna get new gear in BFA. It's not that far away. We got April, May, June, July. It's a little ways away. I need to plant some tomatoes. Almost got a goldfish last night, but decided against it. I need a new camera. Goldfish? Okay, hang on. Let me talk about goldfish for a minute. I have been on this weird kick. So I got, flood of the beta. We got them all set up. I did a bunch of research. I learned about the nitrogen cycle and tank cycling and how much space he needs and how to keep his tank clean and do water changes. I've learned a lot of stuff about freshwater aquariums. I'm still very much a beginner, and there's probably some things I'm doing wrong, but, we're working on it. And I love goldfish. Specifically, I love koi, but koi are kind of like a pond fish, and goldfish are something you can keep in the tanks. I've been doing a lot of research about goldfish, and goldfish are a commitment. You need a huge tank for even one goldfish. Like 20 gallons, I think, is a minimum. You want more than that, ideally like 40, 50. I do eventually want to get a couple goldfish because they're so pretty. And as a freshwater aquarium, I already have a lot of the know-how that I need, but if I'm gonna do it one day, I need to be in a house. I want a 75-gallon or bigger aquarium for like 3 goldfish. They need so much room. Goldfish in a bowl is a huge myth, and it's really bad for them. How's your run being? Well, we haven't gotten anything yet. Also, I'm kind of confused about where I'm going next. I've forgotten. Ever since I got the Malagos mounts, I have a hard time keeping track. Oh yeah, we go to Tempest Keep. That's right. Point 3 repeating, of course. You want to make a Nightborn, but watching them do the Nightborn elf jump and never do a flip is weirdly infuriating. You gotta have that flip. What do you think of Shadow Priest and BFA? I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm more excited about the things that they're bringing back, such as Mindseer, than I am upset about the things that are being taken away or moved out of the talent tree. Still haven't gotten my alpha key. Grabbed popcorn for the goldfish talk. Yeah. By all means, take care of some goldfish, but make sure that if you do decide to get goldfish, that you do so with some research. And ideally, not like bringing home a fish the same day as you set up your aquarium is almost certainly not a good idea because you haven't had time to set up and cycle your tank yet. Which is a little bit tougher than just letting it sit. You do need to be monitored. Like, basically, what you do is you get one of these things. You get not feeding it yet, buddy. Okay. I should not have tried to do this with one hand. So this is a freshwater test kit. So you have some vials here, and you have these solutions. And then you have this instruction kit that tells you how to do everything. It's very easy. It's just like getting some tank water and then dropping some drops in it, and then like checking color against like a color chart to see what your levels are of things like ammonia, nitrate. And you get one of those. I believe you need some ammonia, and then if you want to speed things up a little bit, you can get like some bacterial supplement starter. But what you're basically trying to do is cultivate the right bacteria that you need in your tank to convert the ammonia that the fish outputs safely into, I think it's nitrites and then nitrates. I forget the order, but your water will be very toxic to your fish if you don't. I've done something wrong here. There we go. Your fish isn't going to guaranteed die if you don't, but it's one of those things. If you ever lost a fish, there's a good chance that's why. You'd rather wait until the finished project to see everything. You just got Glory the Legion Hero, did you? If so, what was the achievement that you found the hardest? Yours was dropping some Eves because of RNG. I don't think I have Glory the Legion Hero. That's one of the achievements. Like, Glory the Hero has always been something that I kind of get after somebody bugs me to do it, and then I realize that they're right. I almost never take the initiative to do it myself, because you usually need help, right? Like, I don't think it's soloable yet. I'll do them after they're soloable, like a couple expansions later. So Glory of the Legion Hero. I have a couple of achievements. Definitely not all of them. I didn't realize it got a hippogriff. What does that look like? A light feather hippogriff? Maybe we should do that on stream sometime. Sometime between... Oh, gosh, I want it. It's purple. But, okay, well... Who wants to do a Glory of the Legion Hero achievement stream sometime? I want a fish now, but I have a cat too. How well do they live together? So, it's kind of fine. For me, obviously you want to keep an eye on them. Big key is having a lid on the fish tank. Not a sealed lid. There still needs to be gas exchanges going on, but having a lid to prevent the cat from just like dipping paws in there and grabbing a snack. And then keeping an eye on them, like just making sure that they're not unattended, at least at first, until you're confident that your cat's going to leave it alone. And it also depends on your cat. Some cats aren't even going to notice. Are you going to be able to obtain the fox mat after Legion? Yeah, that's not on the list of things that's going away, as far as I know. How the hell did your goldfish live for so long? They're very tolerant fish, and the same thing is with betta fish. A lot of people will keep betta fish incorrectly in containers that are too small for them with water quality that's not right, and they don't die immediately, which is why a lot of people still think that's fine. It's one of those things where it's a little bit more humane to keep them correctly, and they will live longer. But goldfish, if your goldfish died after like a year or two, possibly due to tank size, goldfish can live many years, like I think 10 plus years if they're well kept. And something that I've heard can happen to them when they're not in a container that's big enough, is that their bodies will sort of stunt, like their growth will stunt to match the size of their container because they don't have enough swimming room to grow to their full size, but their organs don't. Their organs continue growing, and then you eventually get like a failure of the thing the fish needs to live because their organs are too big for their bodies. It does not sound like a very nice way to die. Sick of trying to farm a Lysrazor and Milgazor takes so many tries. Yeah, that's true. At least, I mean, you probably have all the Mog from there by now, but at least there's cool Mog and Firelands. Your Mythic Dungeons, at this point, it might not be too bad to do. Okay. Yeah, I feel like if we got a group of people that are around like this item level-ish, which honestly isn't too hard to do. I have done one run of LFR. And aside from that, I haven't even been in a raid, so I think this is a fairly reasonable item level to expect. It'd be cool if we got a thing. Thought you had the long forgotten mount? I do have the long forgotten mount. No thanks to myself, thanks to you guys for holding my hand and walking me through that on stream. I do have the long forgotten hippogriff. Glory of the Hero stream? You need a huge tank for goldfish. And like the tank needs to be to a certain size where if you're keeping it in an older house, you want to start looking into your floor structure to make sure that you're not like the last thing that you want is your floor giving out because like water is heavy. Water is really heavy. And there's some disasters that have happened in the world from people keeping big fish tanks in floors that were not designed for them. Family was laughing at me when I put my 4 goldfish in my giant 75-gallon shows what they know. Yeah, no, that's the way that you do it. That's the way that you do it. I mean, even like depending on what kind of goldfish you are, some people would recommend you get a bigger space. I think that's, I think you're good at that point. I want one day, mind you, this is like a 5-year, 10-year plan. Like if I eventually have a house one day. I want shubunkins. I want shubunkin goldfish. They kind of look like koi. They're single tail. They're longer varieties, so they need a little bit more swimming space, but they're a little bit hardier than like a fancy fish, and I just think they're super pretty. How are you liking Void Elf? I like Void Elf a lot. I have been really enjoying just I would say that I've been enjoying transmogging, but for the most part, I've been enjoying wearing this transmog. Also, why am I still in Shadow Spec? What's going on here? Because it's, like, I think it was worth it just for the heritage armor. Let me get into Holy real quick. Is that a metal straw? It's awesome. I hate using disposable straws. It is. This is a stainless steel straw. I think I have these on my Amazon recommendation shop. If you go to Amazon/shop/Hazelnuttygames, you'll see the stuff that I use in my stream. I've got like my cameras there, and like my straws and my teapot and my kettle, all that stuff is there. And I do get commission for anything that people buy through that. But yeah, good, because obviously it's hot beverage safe. You're not leaching plastic into your drink or your mouth. And it's reusable. They're very easy to clean too. Actually, you just throw them in the dishwasher, and then it's good. It's good. Streaming quality. Item level is 931. 931. I totally do achievement raids with you, and then I realized I'm all horde now. Oh no. You need a group. I've got a 970. The tough part is getting people to do the achievements instead of just pushing through the dungeon at max speed. Yeah, I feel like if we did it on stream, and we did it very carefully, very carefully, make sure that everybody in the group is aware of what they're in there to do, and is aware of what needs to be done. I feel like at that point I'm the weak link, because I'm always a little bit distracted whenever I'm playing on stream. I feel like we can make it happen. Need to find a group to play with. What's the Alex Straza lookalike mount name? You're thinking of Lifebinder's Handmaiden, and also I think the Blazing Drake is the same appearance. I have Lifebinder's Handmaiden. I do not have the Blazing Drake. Black Proto is from Nax back in Wrath. Black War Mammoth. Black War Mammoth. Oh, no, wait, not Old War. Oh, I'm confused. How do I become a sponsor? It's the Patreon thing. So there's YouTube sponsoring, and then there's Patreon patroning or pledging or whatever you want to call it. They're essentially the same thing. It depends on which rewards you prefer. On YouTube, you get access to the emotes. You get a little icon by your name. Your name appears in a different color. So if you're in the stream a lot, you're chatting on the stream all the time, and you would prefer that, then that's a good place for you. On Patreon, there's the Battle Pet giveaway. There's voting on the baking stream polls. And that's mostly it. So it just kind of depends on what you prefer. Or some people do both. I really wish I could cross-offer those rewards. I just don't. There's no tech setup for me to do that. Feral Goldfish. Turned off from Goldfish after seeing Feral Goldfish. Yeah, Goldfish, that's the other thing, is they're very invasive. If you're going to keep it in a pond, you need to be really responsible about how isolated that pond is from other bodies of water, because if you let regular goldfish get into regular water, you can cause some really big problems. What mode does Vault of Archivon need to be in to get the mount? That's a good question. I thought it was just any of them. But if I'm wrong, that's unfortunate, because I think I've just been doing that on whatever. Streamer's Curse makes all gamers 10 times more likely to make mistakes. Oh, yeah. I try not to worry about it too much. I would rather talk to you guys and be a little distracted than have, like, perfect gameplay. If I want to focus on something, I just do it on my own off stream. And I don't think it makes me dumb. I think it makes me human. Does your husband play WoW with you too? No, he does not. He does not play WoW. Hi, Hazel. Hello. How are you doing? I like your streams. It feels like you're doing your own thing. You have today's tea and a camera in your aquarium. Keep up the good streams. I'm pretty much just, like, turning on the things that I need to let you into my morning. Although I wouldn't normally. It's a nice excuse for me to just sort of play WoW on a weekday morning. I can't do this. I started playing Hearthstone again, actually. I wanted something to do while I ate breakfast, and I wanted just like one. I can't play just one game of Hearthstone. I have such a hard time doing that, but I've been trying to like catch up a little bit. I have none of the Witchwood cards, which is making it really hard for me to make decks. I've just been like playing games at rank 25, trying to do my quests with decks that are basically like the super basic ones, or things that I've made up that don't work. But it's been kind of fun. I like Hearthstone. I go through Hearthstone phases. I want to put on this one back here. Do you stream on Twitch? No, not anymore. Amani Battle Bear is for a speed run of the Zul Aman instance in the Ghostlands. So you want to go to the Ghostlands, you want to do that run real quick. There's guides in Wowhead that give you the details of exactly what you need to do. You need to free the prisoners, basically. So you hit up the bosses, and then there's going to be a prisoner beside, like, the first 4 of them, I think. And then when you get to, not the end boss, but the one in the room with, like, the pots and stuff, you'll get them out. It's very easy to do these days. You think this time it'll drop? might. Have you done any Mage Tower challenges, favorites and least favorites? I've done Shadow Priest, Holy Priest, Resto Druid. I've done Shadow Priest, Holy Priest, Resto Druid. That's it. Holy Priest, Resto Druid. Holy Priest, Resto Druid were, of course, the same challenge. That's the healer challenge. I think they were both fun and infuriating in their own different, unique, individual ways. The Priest one it just traumatized me because I tried to do it before I had the legendaries and item level to do it, but I was stubborn about it, and then I was about to give up and wait until I had the better legendaries and item level. Then my friend was like, "Oh no, you can totally do it. It's really easy." And then I spent like another 6 hours torturing myself, and I'm still not quite over that. It's very easy for me to blame other people for that, but yeah. When I went back and did it later with the correct legendaries, because for the Shadow Priest one, assuming that you're not going to cheese it, these days it's very easy to get, or not easy, but you can get the item level that you need to do the Surrender to Madness cheese, which is basically popping drums, Surrender to Madness, potions, every cooldown you can think of, as soon as Race becomes attackable in like phase 1.5, 2, and then you just kill him before he becomes unattackable again. So that's the cheese strat. I didn't have the gear to do that. You could do that now. But if you're not going to do that, then you really want to have Safus. It makes kiting 1,000 times easier. And I didn't have Safus. It was like one of the last legendaries that I got. And everybody was getting Safus, and they were like, oh man, not this thing again. And I was just so upset because I needed it so badly, and it just wouldn't drop for me. Have you ever been to Finland? No, I've never been to anywhere in Europe. You play one game of Hearthstone, and then you're done. Why don't you farm Mogashen's Vault for Astral Cloud Serpent? I'm trying to wrap up some of the non-mop raids before I move on up. I'm kind of capping myself at Cataclysm these days. Once I get more of the mounts from these lower level raids, then I can scooch on up. But I'm only doing about an hour mount runs on a given thing. All right, well that's a no on the Phoenix. Let's head back to Stormwind. I'll wait for my Hearthstone. Let's head back to Stormwind and then fly south and get ourselves... Actually, you know what we can do? We can go to Dalaran, take the Kara portal, and then fly south. Shadow Challenge cheese is so good, though. I just didn't have the gear for it back then, and then by the time I had the gear for it, I had already done it. Have you been to Canada? I'm from Canada. I'm Canadian. I'm from Vancouver Island. Trithona Throne of Thunder, 2 mounts in 1 raid. Of course, not 100%. Yeah, I'll move into the mop ones once I have more of the lower stuff. I'm kind of hoping that enough time goes by for them to be a little bit easier. Obviously, on BFA Alpha with the tuning pass, raids are actually getting harder to do, but we haven't had the tuning, not with the tuning pass, with the stat squish, but we haven't had the tuning pass yet. I would be very surprised if it goes live like that, and if it does go live like that, I would be very surprised if it stays like that. So we're heading to Karazhan, then we're going to fly south and run Zul'Gurub to try and get ourselves a Raptor. I always try and say Panther. I have the Panther already. I don't need it. You get the link I DM'd you on Twitter with the mount run guide per character thing? Yes, I did get that. I have not dug through it yet, but I have it bookmarked. That's gonna be super helpful. You got an extra Ashes of Valar when I was farming Transmog the other day? Oh no. Oh no, that's the kind of thing you never tell anybody. You just kind of like delete it and then you pretend it never happened. Oh dear. Kara, this one. You're from Victoria? Yeah, I'm from around there. Can you say Toria Tabaton? I don't know what that means. Void Elf shoulders are nice. They are. It's bizarre, like that purple thing though, that effect. Like obviously I am wearing the Void Elf shoulders, but the purple effect is actually connected to the chest piece, and that's strange. It's like, I guess they really want people to commit to the bra if you're gonna have the super cool purple spookies. And I mean, I'm on board with that. I will absolutely run around in a bra top on my World of Warcraft character. I'm game. But oh, I just realized I didn't remember to get a staff. I think I'm auto-vendoring my staff. I tried to take it off my junk list, and I think I'm still auto-vendoring my... I need to just get my artifact. I need to just get my Holy Priest artifact in this character. I'm just so lazy. I feel like if I can just put it off until after BFA, then I won't need it. Because you won't even need to change specs to farm old raids in BFA. We're going to get Mindseer back. Got the Triceratops map from Pandaria first time. My partner was super jealous. Hello, Hazel. Hey, Brian. How are you doing? Portal to Kara. I always port to Org, Zeppelin to Stranglethorn, fly up. Whoops, there is a portal to Kara. It's one of those ones underneath. Those portals underneath Dalaran are super useful. Assuming that they leave those be, I believe that Dalaran is going to continue to be a major portal hub in the same way that Shrine of the Seven Stars used to be. a better one, because it does take you to the Shrine of the Seven Stars. Assuming that they leave the portals there, it can take you, like, to so many useful places. Like, for Alliance, the Hillsbrad, for Alliance, the Dalaran Crater Portal is super useful, because nothing else really gets you up in that area. The closest thing used to be, like, if I wanted to go do something up here, I used to have to port to the Twilight Highlands and then fly north, which is awful. So having the, like, having that is really, really nice. I hope they don't take that away from me. Takes you 2 hours to run ICC in 13 characters, doing it almost every week. That horsey just won't drop. Oh, no. It's got the Onyxian Drake. Grats! Ah, man, that's a cool one. That's a really nice one. Holy Quest only takes a few minutes. I'd say it's worth it. Yeah, no, I know it's worth the time. It's the principle of the thing, you know? No, I'm being unreasonable, but I am a Shadow Priest. I don't want no yellow stick. That fell apart. Biggest fan of all time, or an awesome WoW player. Well, thanks for coming to check out the stream. Mount you're most excited for in BFA, the frog. Closely tied with the bee. The bee is cool, it's a good bee. Excited about the bee. Oh, and the parrots, actually. The parrot mount. Oh, the parrot's really good. Parrot, bee, frog. I think the frog is still top of that list. The parrot might beat out the bee. The parrot's pretty good. There's some really good mounts coming in BFA. But the big burpy toad frog. I love that thing. When will they add high elves? Not anytime soon. Feed the holy artifact to Zalatath? Yeah, I would. This is wrong. Oh no, I was almost there. Hippo. The hippo's neat. It's neat. It's not top of my list. It's got some stiff competition. The butt wiggle thing is pretty cute, but it's just the same, it's the same animation that the river beasts, which, why did nobody ever get excited about the river beasts? Like, these things are kind of neat. How come nobody ever cared about, like these guys, you know? Is it because their mouths are always open? Warlords mounts had some, like, Warlords mount making was an interesting era of mount making for WoW, because they came up with some really cool models that had some really bizarre animations. But that's where the butt wiggle comes from, is because they were smacking their tails, and then with the hippo, it just doesn't have a tail anymore. That's it. The same animation. But, you know, you've got like a caravan on the top of this thing. I've never seen anybody ride one of these things voluntarily. Not once. Like, maybe in Warlords. Not since then. So excited for the bee. Hair looks amazing. Oh, thanks. Would you say it's the the bee's knees? I think so. Fingers crossed. I didn't cross my fingers, and I think the universe knew. Okay, so I got 10 extra minutes. I'm still gonna if I ever get caught up on my life, I do eventually want to do longer mount run streams and do more mount runs. But for right now, I have a healthy sized list of stuff that I need to get through today. So I'm gonna take 10 more minutes. I think I'm just gonna hop onto my other priest and swing by Tempest Keep to try and get an Ashes, because that would cut a huge amount of time out of my mount run if I can get that. And also, that's like the one that I want most out of the ones that I've been doing. Hippo's twerking. Teabag mount, great for PvP. I love the river beast. I just don't like the caravan on top. Too much armor to be excited about river beast. I see. Is the hippo a vicious mount? Oh, it might be. Actually, it kind of looks like it now that you mention it. Can the frog mount fly? Dear Lord, I hope not. You can change the appearance to purple. That might make you feel better. True, actually. That might help. Hippo's twerking. How many tunes do you have? Too many. I very frequently run into the 50 character cap whenever I'm trying to make characters to hand out battle pets. Granted, probably at least 10 to 15 of those are characters that I've made and left on other servers to hand out battle pets. But all of like 12, 18, those ones, these ones, those are real characters that I played at some point. I've been meaning to kind of clean them up, but every now and then, you know, sometimes they just keep adding things to the game, or like they keep converting things to account wide, and I don't like deleting old characters, even just like characters that were an alt in like Cataclysm, because they might have something on them that later becomes a toy that wasn't a toy already. And you can restore characters, but I'm looking for. I've got the certified streamer itchy nose. You want Blizzard to give us a giant bunny mount? That'll be the day. I feel like that'll happen one day. I have a good feeling about that happening one day, because it's not like they have to make a new model. You know, they recently redid bunnies. Man, I look like Rudolph right now. They recently redid bunnies. They have the animations. I feel like it would be not as much work to make a bunny mount as it would be to make a new one from scratch. And if enough people want it, I don't see why not I wouldn't do it. It's like we have goofier mounts. Okay, so I'm heading to Stormwind, taking the portal, flying north, doing Ashes or Tempest Keep. Keep giving up on Invincible. It'd be odd if the frog flies, but it would reference the saying if frogs could fly, they wouldn't bump. I have never, ever in my life heard that saying. Forgot it was Tuesday. Sup, Adam? Welcome to the stream. You're catching the tail end of it. Speaking of streams. So originally, I was scheduled to do a baking stream tomorrow. I have pushed that back a day. There will be no baking stream tomorrow. I will be baking on Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, doing the cherry pie. And the reason for that is yesterday, right before I made the announcement about rescheduling the stream, I got a notice on my door that apparently they are entering my apartment again to do more maintenance, despite the fact that everything's been fixed. It says carpet cleaning, and I'm honestly upset because who does that? You know, I clean my own carpets. You can clean them better when I move out. I don't understand why you need to continually come into my home and disrupt my workspace and stress out my cat and my dog to come. Like, I'm normally pretty patient. I like to think I'm flying the wrong way. I like to think I'm normally pretty patient, but it's just, I've been so stressed out with everything happening in my apartment, and the fact that they want to come in and clean my carpets and I don't get to say no upsets me. Those carpets better look real good. They better be real clean. Baby moose. It's an old, ugly model and I can't dance or anything, but it's not something you see much nowadays. Oh, I need to scroll up. You need Darkmoon Rabbit mount form. I'm jealous of your Murloc pets. You recently hit 904, always chasing you. You're probably going to pass me at some point. There are some, I haven't been making a lot of progress. I make like a bunch of progress at the beginning of a patch when new pets are added, and then I pretty much end up back where I am. Pets that I don't have, like this thing won't drop for me. I need to actually, Kirin Emissary is up right now. I really should just take, if I can find time, which I don't think I can, but if I can find time, I should just take all of my characters through that. Because I haven't got that. Like, are you guys looking for that? Itchy Nose has tissue there that itches during times of increased flow. That's what I hear. I'm not a doctor. Yeah, it could, I mean, that's an explanation. It could be something to do with the lights. Although, I have the lights on when I'm recording. I don't get an itchy nose when I'm recording, so you might be right. It might be something to do with stream. It does happen on baking streams. Happy if I get to catch a stream. How are you today? I'm doing pretty good. I was really sleepy at the beginning of the stream. I was having a real hard time functioning, but I've had some tea now, and I'm feeling much better. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to catch you guys up on. I told you about the new emotes. I told you about the bacon stream being moved. I got a new video coming out today. I finished it last night. That's why I was tired this morning. I stayed up past midnight finishing editing. It wasn't supposed to take that long to edit. It's just, it was really long. I got a 10-minute video coming out going through showing off the new weapon models on the BFA Alpha. I don't think it's going to be a terribly, like a super terribly popular video, but I thought it was fun. So that's coming out at noon today. I've been really, this is a bizarre thing to get frustrated, but I've been really frustrated trying to get the colors of my camera to look like my other one did. I don't know what else I need to look up some tutorials and learn more about color grading because I can't quite get it the way that I want it to. I swear I just look like I'm a different color. Good luck on getting ashes. You did ashes already. I'm on a different character now. Why not do Onyxia's Lair? Only takes like 5 minutes because I have my Onyxian Drake already. I was lucky enough to have that one drop. I used to have a different strategy for farming mounts. What I would do is I would pick one that I really wanted, typically one from a fast run, such as the Kara mount or the Onyxian mount. I would park all of my retired characters, which was like between 10 and 20. I don't remember how many, but it was a lot. I would park them all out there, and then every Tuesday, I would go and do that one raid on all of those characters. And that's how I got all of those ones. And I have not done that for raids like this that take a little longer because I don't have it in me anymore. T always makes people feel better. It looks like Bet is better. His behavior never took a hit. He was always swimming like a champ. It was just his tail that was looking a little tattered. And I think he's settling in. I've been monitoring his water quality very closely, and it's good. He's good. Do you think high elves will get added? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that if they do add high elves, it's not going to be for a couple of expansions, and I think they would need to do new models. I would be shocked if we see another iteration of blood elf models. I could be wrong. Depends on how many people want them, but I don't think so. And it's not something that I particularly want. Are you a chameleon? Uh, maybe. Maybe. Am I the only now not light? I don't understand. Is that a metal straw? Yes, it's a metal straw. Hazel, how are you? Sup, Frank? I'm doing pretty good. The camera gives you a headache. You didn't block out your window, so the natural lighting wants to throw it off based on the time of day. Yeah, I have this window with blackout curtains, but there's another one behind my desk that's got Venetian blinds down, but no blackout curtains. So if you're ever watching one of my videos and between the jump cuts, the exposure is changing, that's why. I try my best to actually make up for it in post by manually adjusting exposure. It takes me forever. But I should probably just get a blackout curtain for that window, but it's so annoying to get back there. And honestly, we had kind of a traumatic time mounting the rod for this one. It was a bad day in our apartment. I'm reading the thing that Adam posted. I'm trying to figure out what on earth you're trying to say. It takes a second to get to the point. Pressure, moisture levels. You're talking a lot. Your nose and your ears become itchy. Huh. My ears have never been itchy. I don't know if I've had itchy ears my entire life. You gotta get back to work now. Have a nice day. See you later. High Mountain Tauren or just recolored Tauren? Yeah, but we already have Void Elves as recolored Blood Elves. If they do it a third time, that's gonna be surprising. Aren't High Elves the same size as Night Elves? Yeah, lore-wise, High Elves would look exactly the same as Blood Elves. Lore-wise, there would be no difference aside from maybe the golden eyes. Mancor Orcs are recolored Orcs. Yeah, well, that's the point. That's the point of allied races. Hazel is a confirmed lizard man from space. I would be a lizard lady, thank you very much. What's your main, the gnome or the void elf? It used to be the gnome. I'm transitioning to the void elf now. The only reason why I'm on my gnome character is because I wanted another shot at Ashes of Alar before I go and move along with my day. Eye color is different from Fel Energy. Best computer to run WoW is going to be one that has the required specs to run WoW. So you're going to want a pretty reasonable processor. You're going to want, a stream is not the best place to convey that kind of information, but you're going to be able to find some really good threads about that online. It's not the most demanding game out there. I wasn't late for your stream. I see. Blue-eyed Blood Elves and Void Elves. Yeah, that's why I don't think that we're going to get them anytime soon. I could be wrong. XP bar add-on do you use? That is just bartender. Actually, that's my artifact power bar up there. But when I do use an XP bar, lately I've just been using the one that's part of bartender. I have in the past used one called, I think it was called Simple XP bar, and that allowed me to take out the bubbles. I didn't like having the bubbles in my XP bar. I wanted it to just be one smooth bar with a percentage on it. So back when I used to do that, do I still have that installed? I might have taken it out. Because I stopped leveling, but is it simple? I don't, because I used to use it in XP bar. A simple XP bar? Is that it? No. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. I did used to use an add-on for that, but for the most part, the default one works fine. The bartender one works fine. If you have, like, Elf, I'm sure they have one too. Oh, I lost my chat window when I went to look for that, and there's... Oh, that's right. I was going to tell you guys about monitors. Not a fun story, but just, like, a thing that I've been working on. So I have this monitor that's in front of me here. New monitor. Nice monitor. Kind of expensive. It's I got a 4K monitor because I've started to try and record and edit in 4K. As it turns out, actually, recording WoW in 4K is a no-go for me right now. My computer can't quite do it. I can record in 1440, but 4K is just, it's too much for my computer to encode. When I get a new computer one day, I'll be able to move on up to that, but anyways. And the stand on it was really wobbly, so I got a gas arm desk-mounted stand, so it's on an arm that's, like, adjustable. But the problem is that the way that the arm adjusts means that there is no way for me with my other two current monitors, because I have 3 on my desk, there's no way to get it flush. Like, my main monitor in the center right now is a good 4.5 inches in front of my other 2 monitors, and there's just, until there's no way for me to get them flush. So I ordered some more arms so I can get them all on the arms, and hopefully that helps. And then I'll be able to, like, move everything around once I get some longer cables and some arms in here. But until then, my camera is blocking part of my monitor. How do I force myself to main one class? This is making me unable to raid. You know, put it on the top of your list and only log into that one. Just started the Mage Tower. Yeah, it's rough. It's a commitment. It's cool though. And if you're gonna do it, now's the time to do it. You're not gonna be able to go back and do it later. Oh, High Mountain Hacksaw, glue antlers, old paint. Oh no. Fem. Makes no sense adding void elves. You hide the purple skin and the hair in armor. Well, I mean, we get hair tentacles. I feel like that's worth something. No one wants high elves just because Blizzard made up void elves to troll the high elf fans. You don't care if they had high elves. If they use the blood elf models again, I would get pretty salty as a horde player. If I had a normal long haircut and a male void elf, I would play the heck out of it. 4K is a meme. 1440 is high enough res at distance. I want it for editing so that I can, because sometimes I zoom in really far on something, and I want to be able to do that without losing resolution. So that's why I want it. WoW actually runs amazingly in 4K on my 1070. That's not my problem. My problem is that I don't know if it's my graphics card or my processor, but one of them is holding me up in encoding 4K. I can do 1440. Massive fan of Void Lore and WoW. I despise Void Elves. Teas would you recommend to somebody who's trying to stop drinking a lot of coffee? You want to start with black tea so that you've got some of that caffeine that you're missing. And you want something very strong and full-bodied that you can drink with a little bit of milk. So I think try a couple of different English breakfast teas. Brew them strong. Have them with milk, a little bit of sugar, like if that's how you used to drink your coffee. There's a whole world of tea you can expand to, but I think that's your starting point. Good afternoon. Will you change your hair color soon? Soon? No. I will continue to change it over some time, though. You know, every time I need to redo my roots, you're going to see the color of it change somewhat as I touch up the color, because this is going to keep fading out. It's pronounced emo elf. You got the pure blood and the flame talon to drop in the same week. Oh, man. I think I actually had that. I had something like that. I feel like we had on stream the 2 mounts in one day. Or was that... No, we got one from Dragon Soul and then Firelance the same day. I don't know if I got both the Firelance mounts in the same day. I do have all the Firelance mounts now, though, which is nice. Alright, so it is... let's see here. Time for me to go. I have a video coming out in 2 hours here. I need to go make a thumbnail for it so that it doesn't come out with a default thumbnail, because that would be embarrassing. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be back not tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Thursday. I'm going to be back on Thursday, 2 p.m., and we're going to be baking a cherry pie from the baking room where we do the baking. Keep an eye out on my videos. And thanks for being here. I will be back on Thursday. Thanks for coming, guys. Have a wonderful day.